Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Let's Play J&D, the P Legacy. I'm COMPUTEROSIS, and we're going through the Precursor Gorge, I think? And I really should have wrote this down. I actually kind of did forget what this place was called. But of course, this is the part where I'm supposed to give my 2 bits on this whole situation, and then fill it up with some random comments. But before I get to that, there's something I need to bring up. It's something that happened Monday when I was uploading both the episodes of Chain Memories and Rechain Memories and the title that I had for it. Of course, only one person actually saw the video, but I'm pretty sure a lot of you might have seen it for like a day, and all of a sudden it like disappeared on you. So let me just tell you what happened. Okay, so on Facebook there was a mention of a new holiday, and the holiday was called Talk Like Sakura Day. And the whole point of this little event is to talk in rhymes and make time well spent. You know what? I'm trying to do this in Sakura Day fashion, but I am not in the mode. I won't say I crashed the mode, but I'm just not in the mode. And of course, I just couldn't think of like titles at the time, so I'm like, Talk Like Sakura Day. I'll just go with it. And then of course I left it there for a day. And then a day later, I'm like, you know what? Someone's probably gonna hate me for this. And I was pretty sure I was gonna know the person who was gonna hate it, or at least in a sense wasn't gonna fully appreciate the fact that I did that. So I decided to change it. I'm not gonna lie and say, oh, I immediately got a hate mail, and they're like, hey, I'm gonna unsubscribe you unless you change the title. I'm like, okay. Please, I don't want to lose any more subscribers. I already lost 30. 20 in which basically had to close their accounts on purpose. But no. To be honest, it just didn't feel like it was right to leave it as a title like that. So I basically just said, you know what? I'm just going to change the title. I actually thought of some pretty decent titles to work with, and then just go off from there. So now that that's out of the way, let me give my 2 bits on Precursor Gorge. This place is actually not that bad. Granted, I keep missing some very obvious Precursor orbs, but I'm going to remind this to you again. I'm probably going to remind this to you a few more times before, and okay. I'm going to remind this to you a few times before. When I record these, I'm watching the gameplay, everything is green. I've mentioned this before, I'm going to mention it again, and I'll probably mention it again just because I'm probably going to mention it again. In other words, it's going to be mentioned. But I'm playing this all in green. These are all different shades of green. Now, even though green is technically my second favorite color, next to blue, which, ironically, it does supply me with blue, and that's the only color that's semi-visible. Because anything that's blue in this game actually it turns out to be not green, but blue. But in its process, it's very hard to tell on that. I mean, there are a couple of times where I would stop. I would literally look at the video, which, by the way, I probably mentioned this before, but when the video is actually is recording, there is a second delay. It's almost similar to the audio desyncage that does happen. I'm not gonna lie, it does happen. Even if I'm like not running any programs in the background, like none at all, it still does that. Like for instance, I'm going to say, okay, I just went through that ring. There's a ring up there. I'm going to go through it. And I did go through it. And I'm gonna get the Precursor Orb. Yes! And now it's all choppy. But I got it. I got it. And I got it. But you know. But meanwhile, you're like, wait a minute. Why are you saying you got it if you already got it? That's because it's going all choppy on my end. Either that, or it looks pretty fine on my end until I realize, oh, it's choppy. So yeah, this is Arcsoft Showbiz here, and for some reason, like after I get done with this, I'm gonna be uploading my Windows Live Movie Maker, because that's also another thing I want to talk about. Windows Live Movie Maker is causing me to upload stuff that a day late, and it really pisses me off. Because first off, for those of you who have not quite figured out exactly how I work things out here, or maybe because I haven't made it that obvious, but then again, I'm more or less a very subtle guy, and occasionally will make subtle references to the point where like, what the fuck are you talking about? Oh, I was referencing Teletubbies. Really? 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 By saying la la, you're referencing Teletubbies. How was I supposed to know that? And actually, that did happen. I did reference Teletubbies by saying la la, and they did not get it. Get it? That doesn't surprise me. I do make a lot of subtle references. It can sometimes annoy people. But anyway, back to my rant on Windows Live Movie Maker. For some reason, for the times I've been trying to upload through Windows Movie Maker, because I tried uploading like the regular way, but of course, whenever I do that, it will take close to, I think the most was 18 hours just to upload a 15-minute video. It actually took a day and a half just to upload the Royal Wedding Edit. I'm not making this shit up. It took a day and a half. And I was uploading it like through like the YouTube uploader. I wasn't using like a secondary program and doing that. No, this was through the YouTube uploader. It took a day and a half. Now, the internet is, on my end, it's not like fast to the point where zooms I can quickly take 10 pages in less than 5 seconds because I upload a lot of tabs. No, it's like faster than the previous version, which still isn't really saying much. Basically, if I would have uploaded Kingdom Hearts, for my last play of Kingdom Hearts, like in that quality, like now, it would have taken half the time. Which in half the time, that would have been 4 to 5 hours, give or take, but still 4 to 5 hours. Now that was still a pretty cool kill. I literally sacrificed a piece of my health to run into him. Pure genius that I didn't realize I had. But then again, looking back on these, I'm gonna go sidetrack again because I'm always gonna go sidetracked. You can't stop me, world. Oh, you can? Well, this is interesting. Anyway, I'm gonna sidetrack again because after looking back on these, this can be technically seen as a walkthrough to get 100%. Now hear me out here. This is to get 100% on everything, and you know. But what prevents it from being like a full-on walkthrough? Like, okay, so you take this time to take care of these purple motherfuckers that are just flying around here. Follow them very carefully. Don't forget, if you run into obstacles, you will indeed slow down. Don't forget to use like certain jumps and that will give you an extra amount of speed, so that way you'll be able to hit them, thus killing them off. No. I don't really go that informative, so I can't really consider it to be a walkthrough. Plus, I make so many mistakes that any person who's like an expert doing walkthroughs are like, okay, seriously, why the hell are you not editing this shit out? If it's gonna be a walkthrough, then edit it. Well, first off, so even if I did do walkthroughs, like legitimate walkthroughs where I'll take you from start to finish of the game, plus show you some extra stuff that you can get along the way. Wait, it's gonna be full on one playthrough forward. There is no way I'm gonna be editing that out. Yeah, just to show the full on process. By editing stuff out, you're editing like certain things. Now, maybe these edits may not be so big to you, but it can be the difference between going through one set of corridor to another set of corridor. And even if you explain it to them, okay, by walking down this hallway, you should reach a door and you'll go through that door. But you jump cut from walking through that corridor to another corridor, yet you don't show the process of reaching that door, then, especially if there's like other doors around, then everybody's going to be like, okay, which door? Is it this door? Is it this door? Is it this? Oh, this door may be catch on fire. Why didn't you talk about that? And then of course right when someone's like, oh, you didn't mention it, you're like, oh, and don't go through those other doors because they will just lead to a trap or you'll end up dead. Like if I ever did walkthroughs, like I said, there will be no edits. I will be purely concise on what you have to do. Probably will be in post commentary like format, probably for this right here. And I will be explaining how to do this right. Like for instance, this thing right here. Now, if you notice, it always passes through the hole. The whole key of it is to make it run to the hole itself. If you make it run like at a corner to it, it will never go in. Like for instance, you see it as it ran into the hole and it walked in. Thus, you completed it. I think that was the last one. Yes, it is. Now we're going to go into a race. I actually remembered. Now, granted, I'm going to spoil here. I do not make it. And it should be pretty obvious after seeing the fact that I just ran into a bunch of stuff. In fact, I'm pretty sure it's desync right now, so go figure. I cannot help you on that. I am, however, this is something that should already been prominent already. If you've been following from episode 1 up to now, I'm not opening up I'm not pressing the PS Home button to look up the trophy after I get said trophy, because I realize, you know what, I can probably record like two of these episodes and do a post commentary of one while I think of another way to add in fill in time for the other one. So basically I don't do that until the end. It's not until the next episode, which I will hint at the end of these episodes, because that's what I've basically been doing. I've been hinting on where I'm going to be going next in the episodes. It should be pretty prominently obvious that I do that. So, because I do that, and I just ran to that again, because I do that it's a way to keep it sort of, I guess, constant. Actually, I kind of forgot why I did in the first place. I probably had a different reason, but now I'm just making up another reason. And I'll probably be sticking to that reason until I forget in about a couple of months, unless I still remember at the time. Actually, I probably still will. Give it a year or two, and I'll probably forget. Again. So anyway, what are we talking about again? I remember I was talking about walkthroughs. That was one of the important two things I didn't want to talk about. The one thing I wanted to talk about, I already talked about my rant of a Windows Live Movie Maker, which I'm going to be updating after I'm done with this. I mentioned this last time. Another thing that I want to mention is something that's actually going on with Song of the Southland, or Song of the Southland 2, as he's now being known. No, there's a whole thing about I'm just going to say that his account got hacked, so he can't get back in. His account still exists, and ironically, he still has more subscribers than me. Well, yeah, he still does on that channel, but there's not going to be any new videos. I did think about, like, commenting on that channel. I was like, hey, subscribers, guess what? He has a new channel. Go to it. because he's finally doing something that I actually kind of wanted him to do. And this is where he's like doing commentary on like old Disney shorts, and hopefully he might do a couple of Disney films. Mostly due to the fact of his vast knowledge of Disney films. Hence in the title, Song of the South fan. For those who have not caught on yet, Song of the South is that one Disney movie that was considered to be racist because of Uncle Remus and the rare rabbit, Brer Fox, the whole shaboing dingling. He knows it better than I do. Dude, the whole controversy about it. And he's told me about it a couple of times. I don't remember it full in detail, but the fact of the matter is he knows his Disney stuff. He really does. And the fact that he's doing these commentaries like that I even got to watch. I even got to watch his Steamboat Willie. Really. Of course, he told me in advance a couple of problems I did, and hopefully I gave him a few tips as to how to prevent it. Oh, this is fucking hilarious. Yeah, we're going in a circle. We're gonna bump into each other. Guess who's gonna win? Me. So yeah. Yeah, that's kind of surprising because that's never happened. I never got that good of a cheap def on their angle. Because usually they're like pretty tricked. They do like their little turns and stuff, and you have to be pretty cautious not to run into stuff or all that. I think this kill right here. This is actually my second best. The second best kill. The first kill was basically just an accidental kill. This is actually my second best. It's just watch, and it will be coming up soon. I think it's the next one. But it's just basically the way to kill him. I will give you a hint. It has to do with the dive bomb. And I think it just showed it right there. And there we go. Precursor or Power Cell. God. Getting these so confused. How? They look completely different. How am I confusing them? How is this possible? Oh, I'm missing one. I'm missing a Precursor. Okay, so there's like 2 Precursors to still get left in this. There's still a little ring challenge thing. Oh, sorry, 3. There's still the one off the ramp. There's still the blue one. And then there's the one that Samuel's supposed to do. Which, if you haven't already figured it out, anything Samuels does, he's going to be the last person I'm going to worry about. And it's not because like his challenges are easy. Granted, the first challenge he gave us to do, or at least first chore or task to do, it was pretty easy. I mean, it was really easy to do. But this other challenge, I'm just gonna say it off right there. I kind of don't see how you can do it in one shot. Maybe you can do it if you had the right amount of speed. But it's all based upon timing. Now, why do I keep missing that? Oh, that's right. Green. Everything looks green. Everything's like blending into the scenery. It looks weird. There was only one time where it seemed like as if it worked out perfectly. But no, it was going in and out of green and regular, until finally it just went, fuck it, I'm just gonna go green. Like it or not, motherfucker. And then I'm like, you know what? Fuck you. I'm just gonna keep doing it. Hope nobody notices. But then there's probably gonna be someone, and a year later comment say, why did you do that? Was it that hard to do? Everything looks green. And that's basically gonna be the comment. Like, why'd you do that? Everything looks green. That didn't answer my comment. It answered your question to me. And then they're like, okay. That's something random to think about. Anyway, there's really not much to say on that matter. I mean, I'm enjoying myself playing the Ratchet & Clank collection, which, by the way, I love its trophy support. I love it the same way I like his God of War trophy support, like the God of War collection trophy support, but I also hate it the same way as the God of War trophy support. Mostly because of its extra challenge. With Jack and Daxter, there isn't really that big of a challenge. The closer you get to a challenge is collecting everything. That's the biggest challenge. Especially in Jack 2, especially in Jack 3. Jack 1, no, you can get everything. It's pretty damn simple to get everything. But no, Jack 2 and 3, the things you have to collect, more or less is just the precursor orbs. It's those things yeah. And, oh yeah, the fact that I could have gotten there anytime. But in my mind, I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to transfer. I'm not even going to go there and like, fuck it, I'm going to get it. I'm just going to go. I'm just going to go get full health now. Just forget it. So anyway, if you've probably already figured out, there's a couple of hard spots. Now, keep in mind, though, I'm not failing purposely. See, and a couple of these things, for the most part, they're on accident. All the things I've done are on accident. I think that's the best way to explain it. Yeah, I did it on accident. Why did you die? Oh, it was on accident. Why did you bum rush into that enemy without even attacking it? Everything looks green to me. Oh yeah, the one time where I don't say, oh, it's on accident. I say it's all green. That's basically going to be the two comments from there. It's all green, or it's on accident. And man, apparently I suck at math, because apparently there's 4. And I'm still missing a precursor orb. I almost said power cell, but I knew that was already true, so there's no point mentioning it. Damn. Oh yeah, I'm supposed to be working on a subscriber special, which I already have 2 things in mind. There was a third thing I had in mind, but I decided to pull back on it. Mostly because of one thing. It was mostly just something that I personally had in mind. A personal challenge for me, but I realized I can't really do that challenge if I'm gonna do it anyway. There's no point. I did think about like showing off like my mad skills on a game that I may or may not LP, but you know, but I'm like, why would I do that? But then I realized my subscribers are broken up into 4 distinct groups. Now this is a little teaser for the subscriber special, and since this Let's Play alongside my Sonic Unleashed Let's Play are the 2 most watched so far, besides Chain Memories and Chain Memories in that order, this teaser might set things a little bit better on that. So, my subscribers are broken up into 4 groups. Correct me if I'm wrong, subscribers. Correct me if I'm wrong. You either fall into one of 4 categories. Or more than one category, since someone will probably bring up that they fall into one category. 1. You are someone who likes watching people do Let's Plays. You stumbled across my channel for some reason, and you saw it to be very interesting. And you subscribed to me because you realize I actually have some interesting things to say as a Let's Player. Or something along those lines. 2. You came for the Let's Plays, but you stayed because of the fact that makes so many anime, manga references, or even just references in general, that you're like, oh my gosh, you made a reference. I would post a comment saying that you made a reference, but then that would be stating the obvious. And I don't want to be stating the obvious here. That's just kind of weird. So I won't comment on that, but I'll still subscribe to you just to hear your references. So this is what you have to say. Well, hot diggity demon, dude, that is rambunctious. Yes, I just made 2 references, one obvious, one not so obvious. Figure out what they are. So yeah, the third thing, which is basically this was going to be the fourth thing, but I kind of just want to bring it out the third thing. You are a brony and or Pegasister. You were brought in because either you saw the Royal Wedding edit, or you saw the creepy keychain overview. Or maybe because you saw the way through blind bag overview. And you thought, wow, this guy has some, I like this guy. Like that. And either you subscribe because, hey, you do Let's Plays, that's awesome. Then you fall into category number 1, and then you subscribe because you also fall into category number 1. Or you subscribe because you think, oh, I'm going to be uploading more pony videos, and you're just eagerly waiting for the next pony video. Why are you uploading all these different video game things? Why are you using foul language? I didn't subscribe because of this. You do realize you did not. I don't even on this point. Oh, by the way, spoiler, I do indeed take care of this blue ring challenge. Just to cut it off on there, but the biggest problem for this blue ring challenge, not because of perspective, basically this one is the one where you had to basically get air off the rock to get it. Also another one where you had to basically you're on that little slanky line and you're trying to get it there. That's also another one that's can be kind of hard to do. So anyway, I just mentioned 3 categories. There's also a 4th category. Now this category I kind of was gonna say all of the above, but I didn't realize. Wait, you can just fall into all the other categories, but not fall into. You can fall into 2 of the categories. You want like say you like say for instance you like my anime manga references or the fact that you know that I watch anime. But you also like the fact that you also like Let's Plays. But you're not a brony. There's no way you can be in category number 4. So category number 4 is basically the undecisive. In other words, you subscribe to me. You probably don't know why. You like what I do. You probably think I have a smexy voice for some reason. I don't see it. You can let me know in the comments if I do or not. I really... Because I do read all comments. I literally read every single comment. I did want to, comment on every single comment, but then I realized it would just be worthless. There were a couple of comments I had to delete in the past, or lack of comments I had to delete in the past due to the fact of how rude they were. But what I think was the most funniest was the fact that the people who did have hate for me, they were smart enough to send it through my messages. I'm looking through my YouTube inbox. I'm like, okay, a couple people sent messages. Oh my gosh, so much hatred. You're pretty damn smart. And of course, that wouldn't be the first thing that would come to your head. Usually, you'd be like, oh, haters gonna hate? I'm gonna ignore that. Or why would you hate me on that? How dare you? I'm gonna hate on you. I'm gonna bring you. But no, I'll be like, that's pretty damn smart. Instead of putting your rage out in the comments where everyone can read it, you send it through a message where only I can personally read it. Oh my gosh, that's pretty damn smart. Because I have indeed had messages where they sent it to me like that, and the way that they did it, I just had to commemorate them. Usually, if you get hate, it's usually in the comments, but never will they send it through a message. Oh my gosh, the people who hate me are smart! Wow! And they're not just average haters, they are smart haters! Wow! I should not be happy for that! But still, it's still pretty interesting. The fact that it does happen. I still technically get that. I mean, I did get a hate telling me about the whole Talk Like Sakura Day title sequence. That was actually pretty weird because it was actually during a time where I was going to change it. And then they're like, as much as I appreciate your brony references or any other references you have in your chat, your titles, and usually I'm okay with them, but this one being outright, it just throws me the wrong way. Could you please change it? And of course they didn't really say please, but And I didn't really respond back, but I still changed it anyway because I was going to do it anyway. They're probably thinking, yeah, I told him to do that. Meanwhile, I'll be like, nope. Thanks, Big Mac. Nope, I did not. Nope, it was not of your doing. It was my own free will, bitch. So there. So, last Precursor Orb to get here. Power Cell! Power Cell! The last Power Cell to get here. Before we go to that archaeologist and get that Power Cell from there. Meanwhile, Samos is commenting and I'm technically laughing at what he has to say. What's kind of weird though is it either happened for Kira or for Samos. I really don't know. Don't forget, I don't hear these. I really don't. The audio and the video are completely separate. I'm not even listening to the video at all. It's not like I can put in headphones. I'm like, okay, I'm listening to it, and I can follow along to what's being said here. I can do that. No, it's complete silence on my end. Minus the fan in the background, if you can actually hear it. I really have no idea. Here. But anyway, talk to her, get the last Power Cell. Yay, we got all the Power Cells and the Precursor Gorge. And oh, maybe there's a plot twist at the end where I open it up, like I show off all the trophies, and then I show off like what place I'm gonna go to next, and then I'm like, wait a minute, it's called that gorge? Oh my gosh, I've been saying it wrong this entire time. For shame, dog, for shame. Oh yeah, and I also give him, get Power Cell from him. And I know a few people have mentioned this, but where was he keeping those Power Cells? They feel pretty damp, and I really don't want to know. Whoa. So yeah, anything else to talk about before the thing leaves? I did have something else to talk about, but I'll save it for later, if I actually still remember it, because I usually do these post commentaries in a week notice. I had to go and do some Odama post commentary, but I won't be able to do that until after I record it. But I won't be able to do that until after I upload no channel memories and re-channel memories. But before that, I have to go update Windows Movie Maker. Oh, fun! And yes, I'm like going over the process. I'm like, okay, I can give you 9 Precursor Wars. I can also give one to the Oracle, and I'll be like, yeah, set. And then we go the other place. Yes. And if you haven't already figured out, we have enough Power Cells to go to my next reference of the Himalayas, even though it's not called the Himalayas. Even though I'm going to pretend I have no idea what we're going to next, because there's still the word blind in the title, which I should probably say it right now. Why is it considered blind? Well, first off, this is my first time playing the game in full in HD. Cool. This is also the first time I'm actually going to be doing it at 100% completion. I don't know if that answered your question or not, but it sure answered mine. Whoa. Instant flows. For whoa-whoas. How was I able to do that? How was I able to do like a jump where it seemed like I was like, what? Did I just try to do a Tony Hawk 180? What was that? What? How did I do that? Which, by the way, I did think about doing an LP of Tony Hawk's Underground, but then I kind of had to stop on that. Most because there was a couple of things I did not want to go back on. Instead, I'll probably just do a random LP of Disney Skate Adventure, which uses the Tony Hawk Pro Skater engine, by the way. The reason why I know this, I still have its box. Yeah, the last 10 to 15 Game Boy Advance games, I still technically have the boxes of. All except for one. But that was only because it was given to me. Precursor Basin! Precursor Basin. That's what it is. And Rock Village. Rock Village. There's really much to say about Rock Village. It's actually not that bad. Wish there was more things. But anyways, where are we going to next? We're going to be going to the place that hasn't been marked on the map yet, or at least hasn't been mentioned yet, because we're supposed to be going to the Boogie Swamps, but no, we're going to be going to here, the Lost Precursor City, or whatever it's called. I'm going to assume it's called the Lost Precursor City, and then I'll be corrected by saying no, it's something Precursor City. Like, okay. I wasn't that far off. No, you are way off. We're off. God, are you sure you played this game?